Welcome folks, welcome gents, back to a brand new video. This week, we have the Grinch Express again. This is the cooler version, even though it doesn't have a tender. Because this one has gold. Look at that. That is cool. Anyways, if you've seen my other videos about these things, congratulations, you know everything there is about this. So go watch those if you haven't. And yeah. So, let's get into it. This one's gonna be kinda quick. So, first we have the locomotive. It is red and green, and it has gold outlining on it, which looks pretty cool. Even on the horrible side roads. Looks cool. Makes the exact same noises as all the other ones. Has that same bell, same domes, same funnel, same headlight. Everything about it is the same, basically. This time, the character driving is a dog. Why are we letting a dog drive, exactly? Why? Someone please explain to me how... Okay, someone explain to me how people thought this was a good idea to let a dog drive a locomotive. What makes it worse is he's also the fireman. Yeah, he's the engineer and the fireman at the same time. He has to do everything. Why? Why? Anyways, below him you have a poster that says, "'Twas the night before Grinchmas." I don't know if they're allowed to use that. Anyways. I mean, you would think that the Grinch would be the one driving the locomotive, but I guess not. So, yeah. Anyways, next we have the tanker for the special piece of rolling stock. It's the only thing that changes. So, yeah. Tanker looks pretty cool. Actually, I love tankers particularly because the Union Pacific runs a rail line. And when they do come into town, which isn't often, they haul tankers. So yeah, I actually have a short about that. Thanks for getting so many views and likes on that. But, yeah. You have Mr. Grinch on the thing. Mr. Grinch, Merry whatever. Got that twice. So, yeah. Also, I think this is the only car that has screw holes in it. Yeah, because the Caboose and the sleigh don't, at least not visibly. So, that's kind of interesting. This was also the first one of these I had, actually. I can't remember where I got it exactly, though, but I know I had it for a few years. I'm like, hey, what if I pop some batteries into this thing? This thing looks cool. And that led to me buying more. So, yeah. And again, we have American-designed things with European-style couplers. Why, exactly? Just why? Anyways, what you might notice about the tanker's coupler, it's a little deformed from what it should look like. That is because my cat Dinah, who you might know, she fell on this thing. And, that broke. So, yeah. Luckily, that's the only thing that got damaged, and she was fine. fortunately. So, yeah. These things are surprisingly resilient. You know, pretty durable. I dropped this thing from my height once onto rocks and there wasn't a scratch on it. Pretty good for $15. Yeah, moving on to the sleigh. We have the Grinch again. Except this time he's meditating with his eyes open. And he has a frown. Instead of leaning on presents. So, yeah. I don't know why he's in this pose. Or why he's off center. But he is. Because he never does this pose in the movie or book. Whatever, you know. Merry whatever, I should say. Haha, funny jokes. Yeah. And just like the locomotive, it is outlined in gold. Sleigh is. So, yeah. So is the tanker a little. Yeah. So, it's pretty cool. Now, moving on to the caboose. Caboose. This is really just a normal passenger car. And again, with the American designs and European style. So, yeah. This time, for the Mary, you have Mary Mary. Why does it say Mary twice? What? Why? Mary Mary. Mary Mary, everyone. Why? Why does it say Mary twice? And why is there a tree? You're not a passenger. Why aren't you on a logging car? And presents. Okay, those should go in a boxcar. That should be on a logging car. Oh, nothing about these makes sense. So, yeah. The caboose design is the exact same as all the others. You have a ladder going up to it. You got the walkways on the roof. And it's also surprisingly detailed. I mean, look at the underside of that. That's really detailed. It's more detailed than they needed to have. So, that's pretty cool. So, yeah. So that's gonna do it for the review. And this thing makes the exact same noises as the other Grinch Express. So, yeah. As you can hear. So, yeah. It's the exact same annoying sounds. At least they're quiet. So, yeah. Also, why doesn't the sleigh have buffers? Everything else does, so why doesn't the sleigh? Well, I suppose locomotive doesn't either, but still. It's a little odd. But, yeah, if you want to see this thing, Ryan, go check out the other videos. Because I would like to get one last video of these things out, because that one isn't working. So, yeah. And these are the last two that I have. They also had a Mickey Mouse one, but I didn't pick that up, unfortunately, so, yeah. If you want to see them running, I have a whole episode of them. It's called Running Trains Part 3, Grinch Express. You'll find it by going to my channel and scrolling just a little bit. So, yeah. Or go to the playlist, like what's playing now. But that's gonna do it for this video, and I will see you all next time. Merry Merry, everyone!